But yeah, it was fun. And then we went to this weird bar. Because I told the guy, we walked in this bar and this guy immediately said hello to us. And I was like, okay, this guy's going to want to talk to us. And so we were just chatting with you know, the standard, what do you do for work, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, yeah, I do YouTube videos. He's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I always say, "Ena no Nihon no bunka," which means like strange Japanese culture. And then he like immediately grinned and started laughing. And then he was like, oh, let me take you here. Let me take you here. And I was like, okay. And he shows me this video of this guy snapping chopsticks with his ass. And I was like, okay. I was like, sure. And the guy like buys us a bunch of champagne. And it's like, I don't, like, okay, sure. And bear in mind, champagne in Japan is not like it is in Europe. I feel like in Europe it's still expensive, but in Japan it's just like a status thing. It's just like ridiculously expensive. It's like dog shit, like $30 bottles in Europe that we would just buy from Tesco. Or in the UK, you just get off a Tesco shelf, but they, you know, they upcharge it for like $200. It's like, but there's just a status thing. It's like to show that you have money. I don't think that all these people like champagne. He's like, yeah, drink it. Come on, man. And then we go to this bar, and I've gone to this bar a bunch, so I know the bar owner really well. He also slaps me on the ass normally when I leave. He's like, thanks for coming, Connor. Slaps my cheeks, and I'm like, okay, thanks, man. I'm like, thanks, dude, appreciate it. But he's really nice, and he makes amazing cocktails. He makes the best cocktails, chat. I'm telling you. And he's very classy. And he always tries to take care of whoever I bring. When I was leaving, the other guys had left first, and we were going to go to this bar. He's like, he goes to me, he grabs my arm. He's like, Connor, in Japanese, obviously. He's like, Connor, I know this is not what you think it is. These guys, they're not taking you to a cool spot with beautiful girls. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. He's like, that. And he's like warning me. He's like, this is a bar with a weird man who dances half naked. And I was like, well, I think actually he's naked. And he's like, I was like, okay, it's cool. I know that. And he's like, no, I'm serious. It's not gonna be beautiful girls, okay? And I was like, yeah, but I just want to see what it's about. I just want to see what this bar's about. I was like, oh, demo, what should I saw in there? I was like, it's kind of interesting. It sounds interesting though. And he's just like, what are you doing? Bless him. He's very nice. He always looks out. Bossman always looks out for me. He's very nice. He makes the best cocktails in Japan, chat. He did warn me. He always warns me. He's very kind. If any of the guests start talking to me, and he feels like, because he knows a lot of the customers, he's like, this guy, he's chill. You should hang out with him. There's another guy that tried to talk to me one time, and he was like, don't talk to this guy. He was like, this guy's sketch. Don't fucking talk to him. It's like, okay. All right, shit, man. He's very funny. They're all very nice. Protective boss man. I find this aspect of Japan and Japanese culture so fascinating and so morbid. It's so bizarre. I just can't help myself. I just always want to like interact with these people and like hear them talk and just say like just their viewpoints on stuff. It's so fascinating because they only have like the Japanese perspective of life and these interactions. So it's very amusing. Be careful. I mean, it's fine. Like the sketchiest thing in Japan is like it's like the equivalent safety wise of going to a little with like flip-flops on in the UK. It's like, all right, yeah, my feet might get a bit chilly. There's nothing. Japan is way too safe. And also you can figure it out when there's a sus vibe. And also I'm a man, unfortunately. That it is very much easier for men. Yeah, for men. Absolutely for men. And for women, I think it's fucking, you do not ever follow anyone in Japan anywhere. Famous last words. This would be a great clip if this comes back to bite me.